My dad has died of cardiac arrest, and I am left with so much bills. Please help. This morning my dad died suddenly of cardiac arrest. I rung an ambulance instantly, and he pretty much died instantly before the ambulance came. They tried to help him, but to no avail. I've not cried yet because I haven't been able to. He died at 8:30 a.m.-ish, and it's now just gone past 2 p.m. I am currently at my grandparents', and I will be staying here for a while. I am absolutely devastated and traumatized, and I really need help with a lot of things. I know I will have to give up some things. Although I don't want to, I just need urgent help from people. Please help me. I will list what I need help with. I'm from the UK, 18 male, I don't work, and I am on universal credit, and I need to tell them what's going on, which I'll do ASAP. Rent. My dad was paying plenty of bills, e.g. the rent, which is like £400 per month. I know the landlord's name at least. I just don't know what to do with this process. Phone bills. The phone bills. I will probably be able to pay for my phone bill. I think it's £30 a month. I just need to transfer the payments over to mine. His phone, I'm not too sure. I think he pays for it. Ick. Cat. I've got a cat. She's 13 and my grandparents cannot have her. So what do I do there? Others. There are other bills, for example, Xbox Game Pass, PS Plus, etc. But I can't think of much else. I think there is, though. Can anybody please help me? I really need help. I will be so grateful. I miss my dad already so much. I will listen to all advice I'm given. Please help. Let's see comments for this story. I'm really sorry for your loss. Losing a parent suddenly is incredibly difficult. Right now, the most important thing is to breathe. You do not have to solve everything today. Take this one step at a time. For more focused guidance from people who know UK rules and benefits, that is why you have not cried yet. There is no right or wrong way to process this. Here is what you should do next, in very small steps. Rent. If you are not on the lease, you are probably not responsible for it. Still call or email the landlord and explain that your dad passed away and you are trying to figure things out. Do not ignore it. Landlords are usually reasonable in situations like this. They may give you time or explain your options clearly. Universal credit. Let them know what happened. You may be entitled to additional support. They deal with situations like this all the time. Phone bills and other accounts. Your own phone bill can be transferred to you. For your dad's phone and any other subscriptions, contact the provider, tell them your father has passed, and ask them to close the account. They will tell you what documentation they need. Cat. Ask your grandparents again if they can temporarily help, even short-term. Explain the situation. If they truly cannot, reach out to a local rescue or shelter and ask about emergency fostering. Some charities help people in crisis. Xbox, PS Plus, etc. You can log those in a notebook and cancel them when you are ready. Right now, the world will not end if those accounts renew once. Next, write everything down in a list. Do one item at a time. Do not try to solve the whole month in one afternoon. Ask for help from other adults you trust. If your grandparents cannot help with the cat, they may still help you talk to the landlord or make calls. Your only job today is to get safe, get fed, and rest. Everything else can be addressed with help over the next several days. Again, I am very sorry you are going through this. You loved him and it hurts because it mattered. Take it one tiny step at a time. Comment number 2. Before the phones are canceled, they should ensure access to all of their father's digital accounts. Password resets that are tied to phone numbers are a lot easier when the phone is active. Comment number 3. Seconding this. Keep phone and get access to email. Edit. Besides password stuff, if you have to call any financial institutions or insurance, it is automatically a lot easier when doing it from the number in their system. Also important to keep on top of who is trying to call your dad, asking for payments not on autopay, because he might have a storage unit you don't know about or something. Comment number 4. They can move the phone numbers to another cheaper plan for £1.65 a month with Libra just to keep them active for 8 months using a pack transfer code. Comment number 5. Can you edit your reply to make sure that they don't cancel dad's phone until they have all his accounts? Very important. Dad's phone is probably the two-step verification method for a lot of them, and probably also controls the child's account. Okay, these are the comments for this sad story. What is your opinion? Let me know in the comments. Moving to the next story. Retirement advisor told me to back down on how much I'm putting into retirement. Follow his advice. Recently, met with a retirement advisor through my work, and he recommended I reduce how much I'm putting into retirement. I currently put 23% of my paycheck into my 401k, traditional and Roth combined, and an additional $250 per MO into a separate Roth IRA. I make $54,000 per year. Single, no plans to get married or have double income household. Renter, don't own home. Housing market plus my salary won't change that anytime soon. According to the retirement calculator with the company that houses my Roth IRA, I'm expected to be at $1.5 million in retirement, at the most optimistic best results. Realistically, it'll be lower. I'm not counting on Social Security, because gestures broadly. Things will keep getting more expensive, and I've read that the new amount people should save for retirement is $2 million. However, he said I should back down how much I'm saving for retirement and focus on saving for a house and to have more money just to enjoy life. I'm approaching my peak earning years, and I don't expect to be making much more salary in my career. And again, with the current housing market, interest rates, housing maintenance/upkeep, etc., I won't be able to afford a house anytime soon. I don't want to have a mortgage with paying increasing property taxes while in retirement. Should I follow his advice to reduce how much I'm putting into my retirement? Edit. I'm 37F. I'm in a field where high salaries aren't a thing. Yes, I regret this, and hindsight is 20/20. No debt. 6% company match. Currently have $198,000 in retirement total. I max out my Roth IRA each year. Separate savings in HYSA is $30,000. This does not include my emergency fund, which I have and don't touch. I'm a traveler and want to travel more in retirement. Maybe one international trip a year, along with a couple smaller in-country trips a year. Okay, nice story. Let's see comments. Are you happy with your current standard of living? If yes, then you should not listen to him. If you are miserable and struggling in the moment to have a high savings rate, then maybe you could back it down. Comment number 2. In addition, if you are happy with your current standard of living, given that you are now living on 73% of your income, you might want to rethink if you need your retirement income to be at 100%. Comment number 3. Also worth noting that the extra free time in retirement often increases spending. Comment number 4. This is a realization I've come to as I've gotten closer to retirement. We've made a lot of sacrifices to retire early, and I'm now realizing how much all the stuff we're talking about being able to do will cost. Comment number 5. I highly recommend traveling in a van to beautiful places with interesting communities. Best bang for your buck in my opinion by far, but not for everyone, I guess. Okay, we'll see next story. Dad has MH issues and decided to liquidate all of his 401k. Called Vanguard, and they said they already sent to IRS, and he needs to just deposit the check and put it into a new account and get the taxes back during IRS season. Any advice on this? It's $25K and $5K was taxes. Now he's having even worse mental health-related reactions. BC, he's on antipsychotics. He's 70, but he'd rather still put it back and than ever have any of his children or his wife see the money. Okay, heart-touching story. Let's see comments for this story. If you think that your dad is incompetent, talk to a doctor about next steps and getting someone to have financial power of attorney over him. Otherwise, capable adults are allowed to make bad decisions and waste their money if they want. Comment number 2. Focusing just on the financial bits. If getting this money back into a retirement account is the path he wants, he can do what's called an indirect rollover. That's a fairly straightforward two-step process, as long as he or someone representing him is clear with the brokerages involved about what he wants done. Step 1. Money comes out of first account and is sent payable to the account owner. This usually includes some default withholding percentage, though for qualified withdrawals, over age 59.5, that can usually be adjusted. I believe unqualified withdrawals have mandatory withholding. He has currently completed this step. Step 2. Money is sent to a second account as a rollover deposit. This handles things so it does not count as a new contribution, which he may not be eligible for. This treatment also acts as an undo of the withdrawal done in Step 1, counting as a taxable distribution. Simplest destination would be a traditional IRA. Given his age, I figure it's unlikely his 401k held a Roth balance. If he doesn't already have an IRA, one would need to be opened. This process does come with a couple of potential hiccups. Only the dollar amount deposited into the second account cancels out the withdrawal from the first. So if he puts only the $25,000 net amount into his IRA, the $5,000 that got sent to the IRS for tax withholding still counts as distributed from the 401k and will be part of his taxable income for the year. The tax owed on that $5,000 will be much less than the $5,000 payment. So he'd receive the difference between that and his actual extra tax owed with his next tax refund. If he can supplement the 401k check with an additional $5,000 from other cash when doing the rollover deposit, then he'll undo the taxability of the entire distribution, owe nothing for extra tax, and get the entire $5,000 refunded. And someone would need to ensure that his next tax return properly reports the original $30,000 withdrawal, the $5,000 withheld from that, and the $25,000 to $30,000 rollover deposit, so things work out properly. Since he's old enough, there's no concern about additional penalty. So there's less negative impact if he went with the rollover only the net $25,000 check route. Good advice. Comment number 3. Thank you so much for this. Just to confirm, he does need to put this into a bank account first, right? Deposit the money, and then take that money and an additional $5,000 to put into new IRA? Comment number 4. Correct. He'd take the $25,000 check sent to him and deposit that into his bank account. He'd then start the process of doing the rollover deposit step, using that money, plus potentially another $5,000 for a full undo. I'm pretty sure he cannot use this issued check itself for the rollover deposit into an IRA. It has to have a layover in a regular bank account. That might be a question for a customer service rep at wherever he's ultimately sending the money, but it feels like an unnecessary complication. Comment number 5. I'm sorry, you're going through this. I believe this can be constructed as an indirect rollover into a rollover IRA. Keep all documents of the transactions for your tax records, just in case the 1099 or coding isn't correct next year. Okay, nice comments for this story. If you any suggestions or advices, please let me know in the comments. Alright, hope you learned from these mistakes or stories. If you like these stories, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. See you in the next video.